Someone starts arguing with you. Their voice rises. Their words twist your meaning. You can feel your pulse in your chest, that urge to defend yourself burning behind your teeth. You want to explain, to correct, to prove your point. But the moment you start, you've already surrendered control. Because when you react emotionally, you stop leading the conversation and start dancing to their rhythm. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They knew arguments are rarely about truth. They're about control, and the one who stays calm always wins. In this video, you'll learn 5 Stoic questions that dismantle any argument, not through aggression, but through clarity. These questions dissolve chaos like salt in water. They make the noise fall silent and leave you standing there, untouched, while everyone else burns out. These are not tricks. They're tools forged in philosophy and refined by experience, used by men like Socrates, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus to expose illusion, ego, and emotional traps. Learn them, and you'll never be dragged into a meaningless argument again. You'll speak less, say more, and walk away with power. Let's begin with the most important question of them all, the one that ends most conflicts before they begin. Question number 1. Is this about being right or about solving a problem? This is the dividing line between ego and intelligence. Because almost every argument that turns ugly stopped being about truth long ago. It became about pride. 2 egos locked in a ritual of validation, one trying to win, the other refusing to lose. The Stoics warned about this trap, the need to prove ourselves. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The man who seeks truth doesn't care about being right. He cares about being free. Ask this question with calm curiosity, not sarcasm. Are we trying to be right here or trying to solve something? It's not a weapon, it's a mirror. And in that mirror, you'll see reality, that most fights are ego in disguise. When someone hears that question, they pause, because suddenly they have to choose. Keep fighting for pride or start thinking clearly. Few will admit they just want to win. Most will either calm down or walk away. Either way, you regain control. Arguments end not when one person wins, but when one person refuses to feed the fire. Once the air settles, you use the second question. It's sharp, precise, surgical. What are we actually disagreeing about? Arguments often expand like smoke. You never listen. You don't care. You always do this. But these are abstractions, emotional fog. The Stoics understood that language is the first weapon of chaos. If you can't define what's wrong, you can't fix it. Epictetus said, first, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. When you ask this question, you slice through the fog. You pull the argument from the sky back to the ground. Often, what's left is either a simple problem or nothing at all. Most people fight because they don't realize they're not even talking about the same thing. They're fighting ghosts built from assumption. And once you make the disagreement specific, most conflicts dissolve. Now you go deeper. Question number 3. The truth test. What would change your mind? Marcus Aurelius wrote, if anyone can refute me, show me I am making a mistake, I will gladly change. It is the truth I seek. That is the Stoic standard, an open mind. Ask this question calmly, and you'll see the line between truth seekers and ego defenders in seconds. If they can name something that would change their mind, you're in a conversation. If they can't, you're in a performance. And when you realize that, you stop wasting energy trying to convince an actor reading from a script. The moment they say, nothing, you smile inwardly because you've just reclaimed your time. You're free. You don't argue with walls. I once watched a family debate that had lasted for years collapse with this single question. 2 relatives shouting politics over dinner. No one listening, no one breathing. Then one asked the other, what would change your mind? Silence. then a shrug. Nothing. And just like that, the argument died. Because truth doesn't need defenders, only insecurity does. Pause here. Think about how many hours of your life you've wasted arguing with people who never meant to understand you. How many times you explained your side to someone who didn't want clarity, only control. If that hit a nerve, like this video right now, not for me, for yourself. Because the moment you decide you no longer owe explanations to the closed-minded, you gain more peace than most people ever find. Now comes question number 4, the boundary line. Do you want to talk, or do you want to vent? Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who make you better." But not everyone wants to improve. Some just want to unload their chaos onto whoever will listen. This question protects you from being their emotional trash can. You ask calmly, "Do you want my input, or do you just need to vent?" If they say vent, set the boundary. You've got 5 minutes. Let them speak, then move on. If they want a real conversation, treat it as an exchange, 2 sides seeking clarity. And if they get angry that you even asked, that's your answer. They weren't talking to you. They were talking at you. You can leave that conversation without guilt, because you're not rejecting them. You're refusing to let their chaos invade your calm. And finally, the question that ends arguments permanently. The one Marcus Aurelius himself would have asked. What happens if we don't agree? This single question exposes the illusion beneath most conflict, that agreement is required. It isn't. You can disagree and still respect each other. You can disagree and still coexist. Ask it slowly. What happens if we just don't agree? 90% of the time, the answer is nothing. No consequence, no collapse, just ego pretending it mattered. Marcus said, "You always have the option of having no opinion." And that's the ultimate Stoic truth. Freedom isn't found in victory. It's found in letting go of the need to win. These 5 questions aren't about manipulation. They're about liberation. They stop you from fighting meaningless battles. They save your time, your focus, your peace. Socrates called it philosophical midwifery. Questions that deliver truth from confusion. Each one cuts through ego until only clarity remains. Ask them often, and you'll notice something strange. People stop arguing with you. They start calming around you, because your energy no longer feeds their storm. You'll stop feeling that desperate pull to prove yourself. You'll start feeling detached, steady, unbothered, because you'll finally understand. Peace is not given by others. It's preserved by you. Every unnecessary argument you avoid is a small act of freedom. Every calm silence you hold is proof that you've mastered something most people never do, yourself. If these lessons hit deep, like this video right now, to anchor it in your mind, share it with someone who wastes too much energy trying to win pointless fights. And subscribe, because next time we'll go further. We'll break down how Stoic calm isn't just peace, it's power. The kind that commands respect without ever raising your voice. Remember this, the man who doesn't need to win the argument always wins the room, because calmness is control, clarity is dominance, and silence is victory.